Governor Glenn Youngkin announced the release of $30 million in learning recovery grants aimed at helping parents get education services for children feeling the impact of pandemic learning loss. But now parents are reaching out saying they are having trouble using that money. CBS 6 problem solver Tyler Lane spoke to one mother having issues with the grants and joins us now to break down her struggle. Tyler?
Well, Janine, back in May when that mother first applied for these learning acceleration grants, she was optimistic that they could have a positive impact on her children. Months later, she still hasn't spent any of the money that she was approved for, and that's because she says the state has imposed a lot of restrictions on how the funds can be used.
When I first heard about it and got approved, I was like, oh my God, we got $3,000.
Richmond mom Gabrielle Savalos was ecstatic when she found out the state was giving her money to invest in educational services for her two children, who both have autism.
I'm putting them in all these different speech lessons. I can put them in social clubs. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Back in March, Governor Glenn Youngkin announced that the Virginia Department of Education would give out $30 million in grants to qualifying parents so that they could buy private tutoring and assistive technology. The goal, he says, to combat pandemic learning loss. The program approved Savalos for $3,000 for each of her kids, but her excitement turned into frustration when she tried to actually use the funds.
Then I got an email that says your order has been rejected. What?
Once Savalos' account was authorized, it gave her links to online stores where she could shop for supplies and services. So she placed an order for things like
sensory stones, a balance board, interactive reading books.
And then 2 weeks later, she got this email: order rejected. Apparently, items related to curricula are not allowed. So she tried again, placing 3 more orders with different items, but still, all of them denied. Have they approved anything?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
They have not approved a single thing?
No.
Causing her to feel
very, very, very angry. Very angry. I feel like they set parents up in a sense to fail.
She says signing up for tutoring is also proving to be a challenge because in a new message just issued on Wednesday, the state now says that these grants cannot be used to pay for services in advance, only reimbursed after the service has already been provided. Savalos says in her case, she had signed her kids up with a speech therapist using the state's pre-approved list of providers, but she says the provider told her that services need to be prepaid. So, Savalos was forced to cancel.
And of course, my son would be like, well, why can't we do it? And me trying to explain, well, we don't have the money for it.
What would you want to tell the governor?
He needs to fix it. Get rid of all the stipulations. Don't sit there, dangle money in front of people, and then when they try to use it, you snatch it back and say, oops, too bad. Fix it.
A message from the state. We've also learned that 2 tutoring providers that were previously available to parents have now been removed from the program due to that reimbursement payment model. We have reached out to Governor Youngkin's office as well as the State Department of Education here, and we are still waiting to hear back. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6.